Still Mills, what's the dizzle, man? Peep game, bro. We about to switch some shit up. Rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace, man. May the ancestors accept you with open arms, man. Man. I swear to God, bro, swear to God. I got off work early, and I'm in the living room, and my wife was working from home. She was upstairs, and just randomly, last week, randomly, threw on Ryder's Anthem, and I'm downstairs having a motherfucking concert. Stop, drop, man, like, you know, dude was real unique, man, extremely unique. God-given talent, man. A cornerstone in hip-hop, man. There ain't nothing you... Every hood in America need to be banging Ryder's Anthem. I know that much. My coach just posted him performing that shit at Woodstock, man. And every time I see that shit, I get goosebumps, man. That dude was really a gem, man. Really something special. You know, hip hop is in mourning off of this one, man. We lost a gem with this one, man. Man, oh man. Fuck that nigga that gave that nigga whatever that bad batch or whatever it is he got that, you know, he put in his body that led to that heart attack and led to him being brain dead. Fuck you. Fuck you. Whoever sold that nigga that poison, man. Fuck that nigga. And I hope they catch his ass too, bro. It's man. DMX, man. It ain't too much bad you can say about DMX. It's fucked up, man, that, you know, that dude was just dealt the bad hand. How the fuck you... People are wolves, man. People are wolves. You know, I never hustled. I never sold dope, man. So I remember the homie who did hustle. I'm like, yo, how the fuck how you even start smoking that shit? You dig what I'm saying? Like, in my ignorant ways, how the fuck you even get, like, who just wake up and be like, yo, I'm gonna just try this crack right here? He told me. And how he explained this shit to me was how DMX got, you know, hip to that shit. They laced his weed, you know, they a primo. Drop that crack rock in your blunt, blow that shit. And that's how you gain your clientele right there. You sell them and then you lace that shit, you hook them on something harder than than just weed. So they keep coming back for more. That's some sinister shit, man. That shit is sick and it's twisted. Just how you could... It's a dog-eat-dog world, man. And for that man, and they did that to that nigga when he was 14 years old, man. That's grimy. I always respect, I always have respect for the hustler, man. Just, you dig, when you come from poverty, what other alternatives do you got? You dig? You gotta have a real strong mind to find other routes outside of the fucking negative to participate yourself, to participate in when you're surrounded by it. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you dig? Like I had two strong parents in the household, Christians, you dig, and they tried their best to steer me away from shit. And for the most part, they were successful, man, for the most part, but just still, when you come up in a certain section and you gravitate towards a certain demographic of people. And the demographic of people I was surrounding myself with, they was out doing that shit, but even I couldn't give my parents the grades that they wanted in school, for them to be held in high revere in that church, and they've always wanted that stature in my church. I couldn't give them that. So instead of me running my, I understood that, you dig, and I understood they wanted us to follow their footprints as far as ideology and being disciplined Christians go, and I just couldn't give them that. That has never been where my heart was at. So I can't give y'all that. I can't give y'all. I'm not about to be no deacon. I'm not about to be on the usher board. I ain't doing none of that shit. That's not my get down. The same shit Bishop Barlow, shout out to Grace, the same shit that he's preaching to the congregation. In my church in North Omaha, that church, Grace Apostolic Church, he was reaching the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget this. He had all the play. He always really dealt with Hilltop, you know, Hilltop and Pleasant View projects, more so all them Crip niggas. Like I think he had a more, he was tighter knit with Crip niggas from Pleasant View and Hilltop, going back to the 80s, going clear back to the 80s. He's always been tightly knit with that particular set. You dig? So when I was in high school, I wasn't necessarily getting into it, but niggas didn't like me because all the B-dogs I was kicking it with. You dig what I'm saying? Like, these my niggas over here. And that's just the side I just gravitated towards. I don't know why, man. That just is what it is with me, man. Like, my favorite color is red. That's just what it is, bro. But that's going off topic. Anyways, my point was I couldn't give my mom and pops that particular, I couldn't give them what they wanted out of me as far as being a devout Christian was, man. So the most I could give them was, I'll be obedient. You dig? Like, we was broke, we wasn't piss poor, but it, you know, it was shit that we wanted, and we had a lot of our wants. You know, we wasn't piss poor or nothing like that, but it, you know, just it's a motherfucker wearing the same outfit, you know, sometimes twice a week. You dig that? You know, that kind of, it may not be nothing big to y'all, but when you go to, you know, when you go to school and you see everybody geared and everything laced, they gotta just, I remember, you know, one of my best homies, shout out AB, whoa, I go to his crib, man, he got a Wrangler, he can go a month without wearing the same fit. You dig? Like, that shit is, you know, you're envious of that. So I can't give you that. The least I can do is give you this, whatever. I won't hustle. I won't go against the grain. I won't stay out past curfew. They used to call us in dumb early. So, and they would talk about us on the block and be laughing and teeing off on us and shit. That shit used to infuriate me. But I'll give y'all that. I'll give y'all that, since I can't give y'all nothing else. And I know y'all want this stature in the church. I can't give y'all that, so I can at least do this for you. But there are other outside forces that are influencing me outside of this household. I just didn't let it, you know, completely consume me. So you know, when you come up in certain environments, man, it's hard to navigate through them waters, man. And X, clearly coming up in the type of environments, man, he just his backstory was tragic, man. You dig? I had a pretty pleasant upbringing. His was, Jesus Christ, man. You know, it's painful watching that shit, man. And then it's bad enough navigating them waters as a 14-year-old kid, but you have somebody hook you on a fucking substance that ravaged Black America for a decade plus, 2 decades. Shit, this still swerves in the hood now, man. But you know, crack isn't the dominant drug that it was in the 80s and the 90s. But niggas is still hooked on that shit. They still off that shit. You know, so it's fucked up, man. You do that shit to a child. You do that shit to a man. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit is satanic as fuck. Like, you could just do that to somebody, man, a child, bro. Like, that shit ain't cool whatsoever, man. And they did that to that man, and he was fighting drug addiction since he was 14 years old, man. Rehab, just, I don't know, man. Motherfuckers relapse. They can't shake it. And he just couldn't shake that shit, man. It just, you know, it led to now here we are, you know what I'm saying? This shit is fucked up, man. Some people get to a point where they can find some sort of middle ground with it, you know, as far as, I won't do too much, you dig? I'll do enough to where I'm good, but I can discipline myself to where I ain't blowing my entire paycheck on no rocks. I can still pay my phone bill. I can still keep a roof over our head. There was people on my block who suffered with that. There was people on my block who suffered from that. And my family as well, you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's real fucked up. And I think when you get to a point where you're like, all right, man, I've been doing, you know, he's 50, man. I've been doing this shit, what, 40 plus years? I'm good. I'm good. So, you know, And motherfuckers know me, they respect me, I'm an icon in this culture. So you wouldn't think a nigga would get over on DMX like that. And some bitch ass nigga did, man. And now that man is, you know, transitioning to the afterlife, man. At 50 fucking years old. That's young. He's younger than my mom and pops. So fuck whatever nigga sold in that bad batch of dope, man. Like, you know, you killed him. You just killed DMX, my nigga. Just how does that feel that, you know, you just killed an icon? That shit ain't cool. And what's crazy is probably just another nigga just who hurting. He probably ain't, you know, he probably ain't balling like that. He probably ain't got his shit together like that. He another nigga trying to eat. So let me get this bad dope off. Let me get this woo off, and we be good. And that's the result of that shit. Now you gotta live with that shit forever, man. You know, hip hop is on his knees right now, man. You know, mourning a legend, mourning an icon, mourning one of the greats, one of the GOATs in this shit, man. So, Steel Mills, we want to say salute and peace to DMX. And may the ancestors receive you with open arms, which I know they will. You know, I know they will. Prayers and blessings to his family. You the truth, my nigga, and I'm knocking your shit. I've been knocking your shit for the past week and change. Straight up and down, man. When I found out about this shit, I was like, man. I was going to my son's soccer game, soccer practice, and I'm DMX in the hospital. Nigga, just a few days ago, I was stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop in the living room to the point my wife is texting me, man, shut up, you know. Yeah, man, just our legends, man, just our legends. I did the same shit with Nipsey, man. I never forget that, man. Rap niggas, and I was like, man, let me get, just randomly, man, let me go look up this rap niggas video. I'm gonna say that week or the week after, just sometime after that, you know, that on that bitch ass nigga did that shit to him. Like, man, I just, you know, they men at the end of the day, man, but these are, you know, these are men with purpose. These are men with purpose. And DMX had a purpose on this planet. Nipsey had a purpose on this planet. And was brutally and prematurely taken from us. That's the only rapper I've ever cried over. Was Nipsey Hussle. You know, I'm most definitely in feeling some way about DMX because I grew up listening to him. As if, you know, as did everybody else my age. When hip hop was in its purest form. So we want to say, once again, peace to DMX, man. You know, your grandmother's receiving you with open arms, man. I just listened to that song. I miss you. Man, double R for life, man. Rest in peace, DMX.